Hey guys, so today I want to do a video all about my tattoos and piercings. Or piercings. So, I don't know, I see a lot of people do them and questions in life in general, like, what does your tattoo mean? What does that represent? Da, 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 da. So I wanted to do a video explaining all of them, and I'm not going to show you them in the video. I'm going to insert pictures, just because I think I finally figured out how to do that. So I'm going to start by talking about piercings. I only have one piercing. I have my ears pierced. I have my first holes, and I got them this past November, so when I was 21. And then when I was 21, I'm currently studying to be a piercer, to be like able to pierce with a gun. I'm learning how to pierce with the studex System 75, which is actually the piercing gun that I own. So it's just yeah, learning how to do that. And the person who was training me, who Ashley is the main piercing like stylist at Sweet and Sassy, she made a joke one day and she was like, oh my god, you can't pierce if you don't have your ears pierced. So I was like, fine, pierce my ears then. Like, I'm sorry, pierce my ears. And I had so many problems with it. The first earrings I got weren't long posted, so they were too tight and they were bleeding every day. And they were still hurting after like a week. So I went in and like went to her and she was like, oh, well, the earrings are probably too tight. And then she changed them and they felt so much better. And so I went the 2 months, and I went about 2 months and 2 weeks and decided, okay, I'm going to change my earrings. I took one of the earrings out, and I have a really low tolerance for pain, so I couldn't get it back in without getting sick just from like the feeling of it. It was really uncomfortable. So I went downstairs and I was like, Mom, like, I'm sorry. Like, this is so stupid of me, but can you try to put my earring in because I'm gonna pass out trying. And we kept trying to, and it was just too painful. We couldn't find the back hole, and she starts feeling my ear, and there's a cyst in there. And it's because we knew it was a cyst because it felt the exact same as the last time. So I just took my earrings out and I was like, fuck it. And then I went to the doctor a couple of days later, and he's like, yeah, you have a cyst. He's like, you have cysts in your ears. Because you can feel the difference between a cyst and scar tissue. Yeah, and it's not scar tissue, it's a cyst. So, and he basically was like, most people would try for a third time, but if your body's rejecting the earrings, don't get them pierced again. So I can't do piercings, apparently, which sucks. And I know, like, a lot of girls, like, they'll get their belly buttons pierced and their bodies will reject it and it'll push it up towards the skin. Something that happens, you can develop cysts in your ears, and that's your ear's way of rejecting the piercings. So I can't have my ears pierced. I'm gonna get a tattoo on my ear instead. I want to get one like right here. I don't know what I want. I think I might want to get like the word like happy or something. I don't know. I want to get an ear tattoo just so I can still be like a piercer and like not look stupid because I don't have any body. So now on to my tattoos. I got my first tattoo in June, I believe, July, after my senior year of high school. So I went and I got this one. It says free on my wrist. It's on my left wrist. I got this done at this place by this guy named Chris at this place called Fire Body Arts in Percy. And I personally would not recommend that place. I know a lot of people who love Fire. I know the girls who I went with, like, they used to love going to Fire. Like, that was their place. And, like, I think just because the guy he wasn't, like, a full-time artist there. He was a guest artist. And, he was really rude to me. He wasn't nice to me. He wasn't trying to make me feel comfortable. He just wanted the money, and they stole money from me. And I had handed him a $20 tip, but they had also charged a $20 tip to my account, to my debit card, without telling me that that's what the deposit was for. So he got a $40 tip out of me and didn't offer to give me back the $20. So he got $40 on a $90 tattoo. So, which I didn't think was okay. The whole time I was getting a tattoo, I explained to him that it was my first tattoo and that I was nervous. And he was like, okay, whatever. And he didn't hold my hand down or have anything hold my hand down. And I was shaking because I was nervous. And he was like, he's like, you really need to stop moving. And also, like, I have, like, weird involuntary movements that, like, I can't control. Like, I'm sorry, I'm twitchy. And I was like, sorry, it's my first one. I kind of have, like, a little bit of a twitch. He's like, I don't care. It's your tattoo. If it's fucked up, it's on you. And I was like, are you, like, literally halfway through the tattoo, I literally was like, I don't fucking want to do this anymore. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want you to give me my tattoo. Like, I would like to go back in time and not do this. And literally, if I ever got a tattoo covered up or removed, it would be this one. I also really don't like the font. I wished I had like looked into it more. This was almost all of my tattoos were complete spur of the moment decisions. That's just like one thing you need to know. It's like there's been one tattoo that I've actually thought out for more than a day. And like that's something that I love about me, because that's something I do that, and like that's part of my personality that I like to celebrate, and that's sort of why I get the tattoos, because like I am a really spontaneous person. So the next one is, it's on my left shoulder blade, and it says Destemito. Destemito is fearless for Portuguese. Destemito is Portuguese for the word fearless, and I am fully telling you guys it's okay to judge me. I got this because Taylor Swift. I got this because the Taylor Swift Fearless album came out in 2009, and 2009 I was having a really, really, really hard time. Oh, I got this one I got in July of 2010. This one I got in May of 2011. I was doing this steady once a year thing, and then I kind of fucked up. 2009, when the Fearless album, maybe 2008, maybe, whenever the Fearless album came out, I was going through a really rough time, and I literally listened to that album on repeat. And I personally think, honestly, I think Fearless by Taylor Swift is the truest love song I will have ever heard. Because, like, honestly, that's what I feel love is. Like, it has to be fearless or it's not gonna work. So, I got that, and, like, I will honestly tell you, Taylor Swift is, like, the #1 influence in my life. And that's really sad, but that's true. So I got that for her, and straight up one of these days she's gonna know about it. And I was really pissed off because, like, I could have gotten Club Red at the Taylor Swift concert had I not been so much of like a pussy to just, Taylor Swift's mom was standing at the end of my row, and I could have just walked up to her and been like, I have a tattoo for your daughter, you want to look at it? Like, I could have gotten Club Red so easily, but like, I was so scared, and I was so pissed because then she walked away and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? That's not fair. But no, next one. I'm calling it the Sweeter Than Fiction tour, but just because I don't know what the album is called yet, because that's what like her latest song was. Yeah, her next tour, if I happen to see Taylor's mom, I will be telling her. I will fucking stalk Taylor's mom, and I will find her and I will tell her. Like, honestly, I don't even care about meeting Taylor. I just want Taylor to know. So, yeah, also, if you're watching and you know Taylor Swift, let her know. Tell her. Okay, so I got that one. Oh, and that one I got at, it was May 19th, I believe. I sometimes know, like, dates fully. I'm pretty sure this one was, like, July 20th. Or something like that. It used to be on my Facebook, but I don't think it is anymore. This one was, I think, May 19th of 2011, and I got it at by Billy at Liberty Tattoo in Skipback, and I would recommend it, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's not my favorite place, but it is where I would go. It's probably like my second choice at this point. The third tattoo I got the next summer, it was 2012, and it was June, I believe, or May. It was right after, because I remember it was right after it was the day after I got my phone. Because I remember the day that I got my phone, I was having a super pretty day, and I remember that because I took so many selfies. And I was with my little sister, Rose, and we were going to different tattoo shops to see if she could get her belly button pierced or her lip pierced or something pierced. And she wanted something pierced. And she was just like, and we were asking the guy, and we walk into this place called Ironclad Tattoo in Jeffersonville. And that's where I got my next two tattoos, or this one and then my next one. So we walk in, and he basically, instead of just saying, no, we don't do piercings here, he went on a whole, like, story for 2 hours about why you can't tattoo minors, and why it's important to be a tattoo artist, not just a tattooist, and why it's all of this stuff, and it just made me feel so comfortable in his hands. And it just, at that point, I was like, I need to get tattooed here. Like, this is my place. I feel it. It feels right. And even when we went to another tattoo shop that day, it didn't feel right. I was like, no, bye. So I went, literally, that was a Monday or no, that was a Tuesday. Yeah, that was a Tuesday. I went online, found a picture of a tattoo that I wanted, walked back in an hour later and was like, how fast can you put this on my body? At that point, he had, like, a partner, like, another artist that he worked with in his shop. And he he says, call me tomorrow. I might have an appointment available. Like, call me before noon. So I wake up extra early just to call him. And he was like, I don't know if I have one. I will call you by 4 o'clock. Your appointment would probably be around. He was like, I'll call you if I have something open for 4. And I was like, okay, whatever. He's like, but he's like, honestly, don't get your hopes up, but you probably won't. So I'm like, okay. He calls, so I didn't worry about it. I stopped thinking about it. Like, I didn't eat that day because I was busy and I was doing all this other shit. I get a call at 3:30 and he's like, can you come in now? I'm like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, abso-fucking-lutely. So, and I get it done, and I almost passed out at the end of it. And I'm gonna give you like a scale of like my pain at the end of it, but at the end of this video, but like I nearly passed the fuck out doing this. I was perfectly fine at the end of it. It took about 25 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever. And he was just like, and he starts talking, like this guy, his name was John. He starts talking to me and talking about aftercare and stuff. And I'm like, you need to stop talking. Cause like at that point I just started to, like I was fading. Like I started to fade. I started to feel worse and worse and worse. And he was like, are you feeling okay? And I was like, no, I'm literally about to pass out. And he was like, oh damn. He's like, I was totally fine. And then you started talking and I don't even know what happened. And he gives me water mixed with sugar. It was disgusting, but it helped a lot. So it helped out so much. And that place actually closed and I was really upset about it. But I will find them and I will go back to them. And then, okay, so I'm like, hold up. And that one was about 6. Okay, so my wrist was 90, my shoulder was 70, and then my foot was 60. And then the next year, this past summer, I got this one. This is the only one that I've ever actually thought about. I got this one this summer, and it says Just Be, and it's in my best friend, my little sister Becky's handwriting. And it's actually cute because she's getting it in my handwriting on her too. So, I don't know, that's really cute. And originally this was I've been thinking about this one for forever. I had her write it down before she left for college. So like, while I was in beauty school or like before I was in beauty school or something. And I kept it and I carried it around with me. And I meant to get it winter break, didn't have the money for it. And then I was going to get it right over the summer, right before she came home. She ended up coming home a few weeks earlier than I thought she was going to come home. So I figured, I'm like, you know what, whatever. Bring her with me. Or have her meet me at the shop after it's done. So I went in to get like a price consultation and I had texted her and like, this is when I found out she had to move back to North Carolina. So like, I ended up not getting it until, maybe it was September. I don't know exactly when it was. But I got it with my little sister Rose. She actually got her first piece, and I got it also at Ironclad, and this one was only $50. This is actually my favorite tattoo because it's the most meaningful. And I got the phrase Just Be from, if you ever watched the show Skins, there's this one part where Effie is sitting there, she's like, why worry so much? Just be. And that always struck with me because I have really bad anxiety, and like I'm constantly like panicking and worrying about everything. And I'm always telling myself, like, Kelsey, just be for like 5 seconds. Like, just live. Just be. So, there's that. And so that's why I got that. And it's a cool reminder of, like, Becky was always the one to calm me down. So it's cool. So it's like, oh, yeah, calm the fuck down. Pipe down. So, yeah. Yeah, I got that to always remind me to, like, calm down and just be. And also remind me of Becky because she's my best friend. And then my most recent tattoo is this one. It's a little arrow on my finger. It's on my ring finger, but not on my engaged. This is it's on my right hand, basically. And this represents being a common white girl, honestly. Because if you ever see those things that they're all over Tumblr, and it has a picture of an arrow, and it says, an arrow can only be propelled forward by being pulled back. So whatever pulls you back in life pushes you more forward, theoretically. So basically, I have been through a decent chunk in life. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, like, I have such a hard sob story, but, like, I've been through shit. Everyone has. So, yeah, I like to believe that everything in my past that has been negative has pushed me towards this positive life that I'm living. And it also is kind of like, it also kind of represents, like, going the direction you choose rather than going the direction that life is pulling you in. So there's that. And also, fucking Casey Musgraves, when the straight and narrow gets a little too straight, roll up a joint, or don't. Just follow your arrow wherever it points. It's like my favorite song. Yeah, so those are all of my tattoos. This one was $75, which and I got this at Red Lotus Tattoo in Lansdale, which I would recommend, but I would never go back. I would recommend them for tattoos, but I would never go back because it was so expensive, and it's just like, honestly, I could have gotten this by Steve for 30 bucks. So, yeah. It was, I guess if I had like a bigger piece that I was willing to pay more for, I would, but it's just that like that robbed me, and I was like, that's unnecessary. This tattoo took 3 minutes of your time. You did it in between appointments. I don't know why you're charging me that much. And I understand ink and shit. Don't get up all in the comments. You don't understand. Yes, I fucking do. Get over yourself. Okay, so pain. First, on a scale of 1 to 5, first tattoo, I'm gonna go with, at the time it felt like a 5. It was really a 3. It's not directly on bone, and there's like enough fat there and like extra skin to cushion it. My shoulder, I'd probably say a 4, a 3.5. I'd probably say 3.5 to 4, just because that is directly on bone, and that did bleed. It didn't hurt the whole time. It hurt at the beginning, and then it was just like, it just kind of felt like jarring and like vibrating and stuff. My foot was a 5. My foot hurt like a motherfucker. It was the most painful thing I've ever experienced. Yeah, so, and then this one, I would probably say a 2, even though I was a little bitch during it. My elbow is a 2, just because it's all fat there, there's no bone. And then my finger was a 1, just because even though it is directly on bone, it was so quick. It was literally 5 minutes, and I was just in there, I was like, eh. And I'm with my friend, and I'm with Amanda, who's one of my little sisters, and she was getting her first tattoo that day, and she was like, Kelsey, like, Chelsea, does it actually not hurt? Are you just trying to look strong for me? I was like, I'm like, I'm like this tiny, I'm like, I would be embarrassed if this hurt, like, I'm sorry. A lot of questions, like, do you plan on getting any more, like, are you getting another tattoo this month? Like, no. I do plan on getting a lot more tattoos. I know I want something in my ear. I don't know if I want, like, a pattern, like a flowery thing, or if I want just like a word, and I know I want something behind my ear, and I know I want an infinity symbol somewhere, and I know I want like a little Mickey head, and there's so many things that I just like, I want tattooed on me, but like, I don't know when I'm gonna get them or where I'm gonna get them. But then again, if you had asked me 5 years ago, my first tattoo would not have been the word free. It would have been something else. I don't even know what it would have been. So, yeah. I do plan on getting more tattoos. I will do an updated one of these eventually when I have a couple of more. I don't plan on getting any more piercings just because of the whole cyst issue. Yeah, no. It's sucky, but it's life. So, yeah. I've already been filming this for like 35 minutes, so I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye. Let me know if you, also let me know if you have any tattoos in the comments below. Thank you guys.